it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. So before we get started, as always, remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now, another big fight week of boxing. Obviously, just a few days removed from the excellent fight between Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. Now a massive fight week in which we're going to see 3 main events on separate days. So, can't wait. I think boxing is in a very good place. You saw that with the Eubank Jr. Conor Benn fight. Alexander Usyk against Daniel Dubois, the rematch just got announced. So boxing is in a very, very healthy place. But yeah, obviously in this video, let's go from start to finish, really. So on Friday night in New York, we're going to see the main event, Ryan Garcia against Rolly Romero. I think Ryan Garcia should win that fight. I'm excited about it. I think Rolando Romero, he's not very skillful, and I think that we all know that. But he does have that power. I think at times Ryan Garcia has shown a little bit of a suspect chin. Ryan Garcia, a very exciting fighter, also has got a lot of power himself. So I think that's really going to be a shootout. Obviously on the undercard, Teofimo Lopez against Barboza. Now, one thing I do have to say, I think if there is going to be any upset, it probably will be this one. I think Arnold Barboza is a very good fighter coming off of good wins against Jose Ramirez and Jack Catterall in England. Okay, so, that's a very, very good win. Teofimo Lopez, excellent fighter, got wins over Lomachenko, Josh Taylor. So, very good fighter is Teofimo Lopez. But I think the thing with Teo is, sometimes you don't really know what to expect. This is a fighter that also lost against, George Camboso. So, I think if there is going to be an upset, it'll probably be that one. However, with that being said, I think when Teofimo Lopez fights against that, that top caliber type of fighter, we really see the best of Teofimo Lopez. So I do think he is going to win that one. And then, of course, also on the card as well, Devin Haney against Jose Ramirez. Now, Devin Haney, obviously coming off of a devastating defeat, had a year out of the ring as well. So, I think for a fighter like Devin Haney that likes to fight in that rhythm, you really want to be active. But I think Jose Ramirez is a fighter that at this point in his career, I'm not sure that he's got much left. So I would probably expect Devin Haney to win that fight and win it pretty comfortably just by outboxing him. So I think that fight, there's a very good chance that Devin Haney wins the unanimous decision. Obviously Saturday, Canelo Alvarez against William Skull. I think this is probably going to be the most straightforward fight. William Skull, we don't know much of. Obviously he was, one of Conor Benn's sparring partners. Nigel Benn, Conor Benn's dad, said that, Conor Benn made William Skull stop in sparring. I'm not really sure I believe that comment. And also, what happens in the gym really stays in the gym. So we don't, sparring doesn't mean everything. But I do think that Canelo Alvarez will get past him. I think William Skull maybe for a few rounds going to be quite tricky. Obviously, Cuban fighter, good feet, things like that. But I do think Canelo Alvarez will get the job done, then setting up the Terence Crawford fight later in the year. And lastly, a fighter who I think, is probably, the best fighter on the planet, Naoya Inoue, coming back to America, fighting in Las Vegas against Ramon Cardenas. Again, I'm seeing people, pretty much disrespect Cardenas, saying that he's not great and Naoya Inoue should win, pretty comprehensively. He is going to win, I think. I think Naoya Inoue probably will win, and there's a good chance he wins by stoppage, but this is not no pushover. Cardenas is a good fighter. He's probably top 2, top 3 in that division. So I don't think that we can just sit there and say Cardenas is just, an average fighter. I don't think that. I think he's a very good fighter. He's going to bring it. It's in Vegas. He's going to have a lot of his, own fans there. So, I think that's going to be a great fight. And that's happening on Sunday in Vegas. So, can't wait to see that. Obviously, great seeing Naoya Inoue back in the ring. For me, again, like I said, best fighter on the planet. So, will be very interesting to see him fight. Also, if he gets the win, looks like it will set up the MJ fight later in the year. And that definitely will be a fight between 1 and 2 in the division if Naoya Inoue was to get the victory on Sunday. Great up-and-coming days for boxing fans. Obviously, that's 3 amazing fight nights, starting off with the fight in New York, Canelo Alvarez in Saudi Arabia on Saturday, and then, like I said, best fighter on the planet fights on Sunday. So, as always, thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I will see you guys on the next one.